Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Lore Sports proudly brings to you the best racing podcast in the world. Now, here's your host, Lauren Leach, the color guy, Mark Allen, the Loose Lugs Racing Podcast.
Hey everyone, come join our watch party here live on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Just thought it would be fun to go live here and talk some racing while watching some racing with everyone. So we can even have some guest joins and all of that. So this should be some fun. We're already green. We're 3 laps in here, Mark. Brandon Jones leading the way here early.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, good to have everybody out there. Did you say talk racing? That's one of my favorite things, dude. So
probably our favorite thing to do, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good here. Hey, I'm waiting for an in-car camera to come in here, coming down the backstretch there, man. That sun is pretty tough when you're coming down that backstretch.
Oh yeah, this time of day out there for sure too. They were showing that in-car off of turn 2 especially, and before it goes behind those stands there, it was there it is. Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah, it's tough, dude. You're driving blind down the backstretch there.
Yeah, so if you comment on Facebook, YouTube, or X, I think I have to share it to X actually. I think there's an issue with that, but if you comment on there, we'll see it. We can chat some if you want to join and all that. Let us know too. We can add you to the stream.
It's Phoenix, man. Boy, how about last night, huh? Wow, that 11 Heim time. I said right at the beginning, watching that truck launch, I was just like, that looks unbeatable, and turned out that way.
Yeah. Yeah, you knew he was going to be hard to beat, but well-deserved championship. I mean, 12 wins on the year. Our heart was with Ty there, but you couldn't have a more deserving champion than Corey Heim after what he did this year for sure.
Yeah, the 98 team tried to steal one, but boy, a little contact with Love there. And still tight racing going on.
They're racing hard there, huh?
That's Almirola there. So remember Almirola, what was the deal back in the spring? What was that incident there? It bent you out of shape for a week.
I'm trying to remember.
Gosh, it was at Phoenix. It was at Almirola. There's a lot of racing in between here and there, man. But yeah, actually, my pick won and you got taken out. So that's why that's how come it went
that's
so right.
What it was then, yeah.
Boy, that 7's going to be tough here, man. He sure gets around Phoenix, but it's early.
I think it's going to be a battle between these two guys. That's the feeling I get. What does everyone else think out there? Comment on here. We'll be able to talk about it some more. But I think it's a battle between these two guys.
But hey, we like Quapple, Hey, we hung around him, and he was around here when he was at Kakana with the red and white race up here, and Jesse Love. Hey, we got to see him grow in the Midwest tour around here too. So yeah, it's all good stuff. We met Connor Zillage down in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So it's all good stuff. We've interacted with some of these guys.
Yeah, Zilich, all of them were good. Quapple, man, we really got to know him and Travis and Caden while they're up here. Hardworking family. You always, every time you walked by there, it was they were working hard on their stuff, and it would be cool to see him take it. Jesse Love has been great to us. Connor down when he was racing that ARCA race, Mark, that was pretty cool to get to meet him, and he was gracious with everyone as well. And you know the type of person that Justin Allgaier is too. So just a good group of drivers here to root for.
Yeah, hey, it was pretty cool to see all the old Xfinity champions wishing Xfinity thanks, because it's going to be O'Reilly's next year. So that was kind of cool that they got to fire the engines off tonight.
Yeah, it was. I'm going to say this. I think I mentioned this to you. I really considered taking Taylor Gray here after what he did last week. I really considered taking him between you and I, and he takes the lead and is running away from Jones right now.
My pick Creed is third. He sucked in practice, and all of a sudden he just cracked off a good lap, and we know how he can get around here. I'm trying to give that guy some good luck. How many second places? 14, 15. It's ridiculous what he's done.
Crazy. We got a comment here from two-time Midwest Truck Series champion Brandon Reichenberger. So he says that Allgaier will be tough if he doesn't beat himself. This is his playground. Yeah, Brandon, that seems to be the sentiment that a lot of people are thinking here. But I don't know. I'm not gonna crown him just yet. Zilich, I feel like Zilich has something for him, but we'll see.
Yeah, you gotta wait till the third stage, right? They're just riding right now. Third stage, the gloves come off. But hey, this fast race, man, 200 laps.
Yeah, and congratulations, Brandon, on being two-time there for sure.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Got a comment from Andy Monday here. Billy Moan is out in the 7 pit this weekend. How about that?
Wow. Okay.
That's pretty cool. Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing that, Andy. Hope your weekend's going well. Hope everyone's weekend is going well.
I ran into Andy down at the Dells. We got to chat for a little bit. Tell him that someday his fantasy team's going to lose, and it finally happened, but it wasn't to me. But anyway, so yeah, we got to chat. He was out on vacation in Arizona, and it was good to see him and his gal. So, yeah, good deal. And we all had fun at the Dells that day.
The Dells is a great place there. I hate that I missed that there, but things happen. Hey, your pick Creed here, second, his favorite place there. That we just
Second,
mentioned.
yeah,
He's
fits
up
right
to
in
second.
right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't need to win this race to win the championship. So
That is exactly right.
it always seems like the championship four are always up front, though. It seems to work out that way. Hey, since we got a commercial break here, on TV, hey, I want to ask you, man, what do you think about more unlimited races for the upper series to get to come down to the lower series? Good or bad?
That's a great question. I am on the fence about it yet. Look, they can do 10 in Xfinity and 8 in truck now.
Yeah.
10 in Xfinity might be a little extreme. I wouldn't mind seeing 7, 7, 8, maybe even 8, 10. That's a good portion of the season. Trucks 8, that's a significant, that's almost a third of the season. But at the same time, you got to think about this. Back in the day, that's how these drivers got so much better and were so much more competitive when they went up to Cup initially. You had rookies winning multiple races when they got up to Cup back in the day, and that's because they faced the toughest competition throughout the whole season in the lower series. So I think it could help the product there. So I might be talking myself right into really liking that they changed that. What are your thoughts on it?
Look at that windshield. You can't see out of that windshield, but I don't know, man. Back in the day, when Mark Martin, he was always there on Saturdays, and Jeff Burton, and naturally Kyle Busch. Boy, when Kyle Busch stopped racing the other series, his career really took a downturn. So I think it's always best that you got a wheel in your hand. You're getting the experience and stuff. Yeah, the numbers seem rather high. Hey, one thing I didn't see, and I probably should look into it a little further. I still don't think that them upper drivers can race during championship time, but that's all. Everything's kind of quiet about that because NASCAR is going to announce a whole brand new format coming up this year, and so we'll see. There's more to this story.
I'm sure that'll be the case here. I guess I'll just read off here. Kelly Crandall with Racer.com had a whole story about it, which was well written. So go check her out. She does a fantastic job. But essentially, this is what the new rule reads as. The Cup Series drivers with more than 3 years of full-time experience will be allowed to enter a maximum of 10 races in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, which is rebranding from Xfinity for those that are unaware. So it's increasing from the existing 5-race limit. In the Truck Series, Cup drivers will be eligible to enter a maximum of 8 races, also up from 5, what it is currently. NASCAR will keep certain restrictions in place, though. In the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, Cup drivers remain ineligible to compete in the regular season finale and postseason races. The same restrictions also continue to apply for the Truck Series races. There's another part of the rule. Not the same rule, but another thing that was announced at the same time here. Additionally, NASCAR is raising the minimum age requirement for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series to 17 at road courses and ovals of 1.125 miles or less. By doing so, NASCAR's age requirement will go in ascending order: 16 years old to make a start in the Truck Series, 17 years old to do it in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and 18 years old for Cups. So there you have it.
That's all right. There's some 17-year-olds out, they've patiently been waiting to get in, especially on the shorter tracks. I can understand, these high speed ones, to wait till they're 18. But yeah, I'm for that. That's okay. It's unfortunate for the ones that did have to wait, but well, that's a new rule coming out.
With that rule, I always think back to Eric Jones. He hops in that Kyle Busch truck at 16 years old. Actually, I think it may have been at Phoenix, and he goes out and wins that race at 16 years old. So quite impressive. Whenever I hear age requirements and stuff, I always think back to Eric Jones being impressive right off the bat.
Yeah.
So that's, that got tight with that lap car there.
Yeah,
sorry.
right through there. There's some tough racing here with the 48 here. Sanchez won't give you. Sanchez will give you. He races you hard, man. I mean, he'll give you a good effort.
He races hard. That's for sure. All race too. It's
yeah. Boy, Jones started on the pole. He's got the fastest lap, but he has fallen to sixth place.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, that Taylor Gray, I really, really did consider taking him. He's been impressive here early, but Creed is kind of reeling him in here as they're hitting traffic.
Hey, Ryan Sieg's in the top 10, man. How about pull a victory out there, and then Mayer would probably sweat a little bit, So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Brandon says, thanks, guys. Absolutely, man. Well deserved. Like I said, if you comment on either Facebook or YouTube, I'm trying to work on the X portion here to get it out to our social platform on there. If you comment on there, we'll be able to share. If you feel like you want to come on and talk some racing and have some thoughts, we can add you to the stream as well. So let us know. We'll see everything that you guys are talking about.
You do. I don't see it. That's the only way I can do that is be on here. I don't see the comments. So you have to relay messages over my way if there's something pointed in my direction. But hey, it's all right, man. Let's get a whole bunch of people out here and let's talk some racing.
Man, Sanchez and Love still going at it here.
Boy, Love was way up against that wall in turn one and then shoot down the backstretch.
Hey, you just mentioned Ryan Sieg. Did you see that Kyle Sieg is now past Ryan Sieg in his own vehicle? Kyle Sieg up to 10th now. Ryan back to 11th.
Yeah, brothers racing brother there. So race is going fast, man. We're 31 laps in already.
I know.
That's why I say this is a fast race.
Skylar Brockmiller, what do you think the odds of Quapple winning the championship are? I mean, there's no doubt about it. He can get it done. He's a hell of a talent. By the way, we're hoping to have Carson and Travis and maybe the Quapple family on, but he's definitely got a shot at it. If they can dial that in, he's coming forward here. He's up inside the top 10. He's looking to take 8th away from fellow championship 4-driver Love. He'll get it done there.
Yeah.
So he's up to 8th and catching them. Don't sleep on Love or Quapple. I think if you told me any of the 4 got it done, I'd believe you. I think Elgire and Zilich are probably the favorites. Not probably, they are the favorites, but I guess if you had to put a percentage on it, Mark, what do you think the percentage would be that you would give to Quapple?
Well, I tell you what, last week when they mentioned the Final Four and Quapple was named, I stopped for a second, like, huh? How did he get in there? And then you were kind of telling me about the consistency of him, and consistency does win races and championships, man. So he looks fast today, man. Yeah, he's up to 8th. We just long way to go here. No mistakes. Pitts is going to matter, so. But, hey, he's got just as good a shot as any.
Yeah. Terry Korth on here as well. 25%. I assume 25% because 4 drivers equals 100 there. So it very well could be that. I think I give a little bit more to Elgire and Zilich, but not much.
Yeah, 25% times 4 is 100, right? So that's kind of even, yeah. Right now, everybody has a 25% chance. Yep. Yeah, Quapple just got up to 7th, past Jones, who's fading.
And he was catching Sanchez before Sanchez got by Jones there. So I think he's going to be easily, I think he's going to be 6th. I don't know if he can get inside the top 5 and catch Almirola here with only it's going to be 8 laps remaining here, but I don't think he'll get inside the top 5, but I think he'll be 6th. And where did he start? 14th?
Yeah, so that's a good move up.
Yeah.
Boy,
you got a good piece underneath him.
Creed is rolled right up behind Gray right here, so.
The thing you and I were talking about last night when we were texting about it is, I feel like after this first stage, during the second stage here is when maybe beginning of the third, I just feel like the track is going to transition when the sun goes behind, and the end of the second stage and beginning of the third, you're going to see really who's going to rise to the top here.
No, you're going to see 7 wide just like last night, man.
Uh-oh, Jeb Burton.
7 wide, yeah. Oh, Jeb Burton. He's sparking. Oh, he pancaked that one.
No caution. Yeah, that's a lot of damage for no caution.
That he might be done, man. They got composite bodies on these cars, and they usually hold up pretty good. But that one's bent.
I don't think the composite body matters on that.
Tire ain't spinning. He's Put her in
composite body sure is nice, but when you pancake it like that, at some point you hit it too hard.
You see the crew, they come around the corner and then they looked at it just like, oh. Just like, yeah, you better go get a baseball bat or something to get that fender away from there. But it looks like some suspension parts has gone there. So what do we got? 7 to go, and here's the replay. I'm sure this will be a pancake. Oh, he hit it coming out of the dog leg there.
Oh, that was strange. I'd like to see that again.
He was up in the dog leg where he hit. Wonder if he cut a tire there. That would be a tough place to hit too, coming off the dog leg there, and you fly up on the track. You're going to see a lot of Cup drivers tomorrow not doing the dog leg. Do you see that in car when they hit that? They hit that and then come back on the track. I mean, it really shakes the heck out of the car. You'd figure that's pretty tough on them pull links and stuff like that. So I expect the Cup cars try to stay on the track. I see the Xfinity cars are right now, but
You saw
eventually,
that in at periods last night too. Restarts for sure are game on, but eventually you keep hitting it, and that does damage. There's a picture out there of gouges that have been out of the track since that dog leg's been put in, and there's some pretty good gouges out of the track there where the suspension hits, and it's a rough ride. You're taking a risk going down there for multiple reasons. First off, the car doesn't handle the best taking that, and then you can do some damage to suspension pretty easily.
well, you'll use it at the end. I don't think, it's probably not a good thing to use it now and keep pounding on it because it probably won't last. Oh, look at that glare.
Man,
Always been tough at Phoenix going down the back stretch there. That used to be the front stretch years ago.
would would be nice if Quapple could get by Sanchez here late. That's you know what? And they're catching Almirola. Almirola just got passed by Sanchez.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Man,
Sanchez is
I didn't
moving up.
see Quapple falling off that bad. He had about 3 seconds on 6th, 7th place. I'll go with the trend there, the 6, 7. Sanchez and Quapple. So
6-7. Very good, Lauren.
you
Up to
you
the,
texted me
up
that
to
last
the,
night. I was like, did you just learn that? And you're like, no. So you and I didn't talk about it prior, but yeah, Nolan's hit and miss on that whole deal.
yeah. Actually, Andy Monday actually brought up a comment, and it actually started the conversation with my wife, and that's kind of like, oh, haven't you heard that before? And oh, what is this? And then finally I checked it out a little bit more, and new language out there coming from our younger people, I guess. Huh? Isn't that where that comes from? Us older
Yeah.
people wouldn't think of something like that. Put it in the dictionary. Yeah, there we go. Grade keeps right on giving her, man. Got a victory
Yeah.
last week and gets a stage here.
He looks pretty strong, but I'm telling you what, I think Quapple's stock just raised quite a bit because he's going to finish 6th in the stage right behind Sanchez, and he looked to be better than Sanchez, and having to pick up 8 positions there. Man, we'll see what he's got now that he's going to be close to the top 5 here.
Yeah, so he probably will come in and say, "Don't touch it," but you got to keep up with the racetrack. It's going to cool off now that the sun's going down.
Yeah, Love didn't have the greatest stage there. I'm going to try to post the link here for people to see it on X. So just give me a moment.
I got my laptop up and running. Half the time it's either in the camper or it's upstairs. I actually have it in the man cave tonight. So
All right, looks like okay. So it's posted. I should probably click on that to make sure that. Okay. Yeah. It'll stream through Facebook if you click it on X, but at least it gives people out in X world a chance to join here. We got a comment here from Kevin Garrett. How does Raja get a ride in this series next year? Well, Raja has won a few races in the truck series. He has that relationship with HendrickCars.com. I think Raja will be a fun one to watch next year in the O'Reilly Auto Parts series here. What do you think, Mark?
I think so, absolutely. Yeah, he's gonna get some experience. Once again, getting a wheel in his hand, so that's all right.
Yeah, Raja is a good talent there.
And what team is he going to be? He's going to be helping
Junior
out on the 88 team because Connor Zilich is moving. So yeah, Raja is going to be a part-time driver in the 88 next year.
Yep.
But that was announced. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a few weeks ago.
So,
And we talked about this on the last podcast that we did. We'll talk about it more. Carson Quapple going full time. He did make some more comments about it. He will not be going full time in the one, so it'll be the one and then some kind of variation after that. So whether that could be the 88 or whatever ride that'll be, it sounds like Junior Motorsports will be fielding the car or at least working on the car. So it'll be a Junior Motorsport affiliated ride that he'll be in, but it will not be the one car there. So that does not change the plan to have Zilich ride with him in that one car.
yeah, so that'd be like 4 and then a part-time. So,
But the other part of that series, Rodney Childers being the crew chief, that's going to be fun to watch too.
Yeah, all of a sudden he faded away and now he comes back. Yeah.
Let's send a message to someone here. So Denny Hamlin's on the pole for tomorrow. William Byron is second there. So those two seem to be the favorites early tomorrow.
Yeah, going to be a good one tomorrow. 1 o'clock, right? Yeah, 1 o'clock on 2 o'clock NBC.
2 o'clock. Yep.
2 o'clock. So the Packers are winning by 35 points at halftime. Then just like, well, to heck with that and go watch the race.
Don't jinx.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
The Panthers are tough, and they don't, it'd be a lot different if we were playing down in Charlotte. I think just being in Green Bay is going to be an advantage for the Packers. But don't sell Carolina short. They're not a laughing stock like they were the last couple of years. All right, here we go. Pit road. Oh, see, the sun got in the gray. He almost did he go into too many boxes there?
That's going to be close. That is going to be close.
You know how easy that would be to do, to miss your pit box like that or whatever, and if the sun is in your eyes, you got a glare, that would be tough.
Skyler is saying that Quapple's driving the 88. The part-time cars are the 9 and the 1. That is not what Dale Earnhardt Jr. Had said and what Quapple said on the Dale Jr. download. He also says that Raja's taken over the 7. So wherever that put Allgaier, I'm not certain about that, but we'll certainly keep up with that.
I think Allgaier I think there's going to be an announcement coming. I guess it was talked about with Kenny Wallace saying that, Allgaier's final year is going to be next year. And then he's going to turn into more of a business, go back to the business side of what he does. And so
you think he'll join Junior Motorsports in some type of role?
I think this is more of a personal business. So he might not be involved with racing, apparently.
That would be kind of a shame because, maybe not even on the business side of thing, but driver coach. I think, man, I don't know if you could get a better driver coach than Justin Allgaier.
Yeah, sure does have the experience, but apparently listening to Kenny Wallace, that's kind of like where that sits right now. Well, a lot of things can change here on the off season like that, but it could be Allgaier's last ride.
I wouldn't be surprised for him to kind of hang it up, but I sure would like to see him continue in some type of capacity in the sport. Hey, we're gonna have a guest joining us here shortly. I sent out a message, so
You got to remember, Allgaier is losing his crew chief Jim Pullman because he's going to
Yep.
Kyle Busch in the Cup
Kyle
Series
Busch.
next year.
Yep.
So there's so the crew chief is a question mark on that 17.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point too, Mark. Man, they've had a great relationship over the years.
And he might be a guy that might be just enough to turn that 8 team around in the Cup Series. Because if you want to talk about bad, Kyle Busch, that's just unfairly bad.
Yeah, and Jim Pullman was with Kyle Busch, or not Kyle, sorry, excuse me, Richard Childress Racing there for quite a few years too. So he is heading back into some familiar territory, but
Mhm.
obviously with Kyle Busch that'll be a little different. Here I'm gonna bring on our guest here. It's gonna be two-time Midwest Truck Series champion here, Brandon Reichenberger. So I'm just gonna adjust us here, Brandon, like we do on the podcast. So hey, man, watching some Xfinity Series racing tonight for the championship. But how about that championship battle that you just had with Grant Griesbach in the Midwest Truck Series?
Yeah, no, thanks, guys. I like your little watch parties you guys do here. So, yeah, it's just Chase and I at home tonight. So we're obviously watching race cars because that's the number one request. So, um, yeah, obviously, with the Truck Series Championship, that was down to the wire and essentially kind of a modified version of what you're seeing here this weekend with Championship 4 and kind of winner take all mentality as far as highest finishers. So obviously not exactly the same type of setup and lead up, I guess, but at the end of the day, it kind of turned out to be a highest finisher type deal. So yeah, it was one of those situations where again, Grant and the 60 team, they were tough competition all year, and I think we went down the wire, and there was 3 or 4 races within the last 5 where I think we ended up at a complete wash from start to finish throughout the night, where it was 0 net gain for both of us. So, yeah, just fortunate to make the right adjustments before the feature there at Halloween, and found a way moving forward, and did enough to take home a second one.
You fought some adversity there at Oktoberfest. Still had a really great race, a really great finish there. But kind of talk about Oktoberfest and overcoming that, and did that fuel you a little extra down there at Dells Raceway Park?
Yeah, Oktoberfest. It is what it is now. You know, uh, Obviously, I've got my side as to what happened on kind of that restart there with, I don't know, 6 or 7 laps to go, and um, at the end of the day, it was a 12-point swing, which I think is probably what frustrated me the most about it. If I wasn't in that situation, leading up to Oktoberfest and following, and in the point battle, I probably am not quite as upset about it. But at the end of the day, that's I guess that's just part of racing, and you got to find ways to fight through some adversity and figure out ways to put it behind you and move forward. So yeah, it was like I said, it was instead of being up 5 going into Halloween, we were down 7, but that's the hand we were dealt, and we had to play the cards that we had, and find a way to put it behind us, and use that as a little bit of extra motivation as we prepared for Halloween, and also at the racetrack too.
Hey man, how was it to celebrate with your family, man? They were there this time around.
Yeah, this one seems right now. That the first one, obviously, it was cool to win it, and get that first one. But with everything going on with Chase last year and him and Mary not being there, it just kind of felt like another race. Didn't really necessarily feel like we had won that championship. And this year with obviously a very tight point battle, and them being able to be at all 15 races made it that much more special, especially once they jumped out of the truck, and I didn't even see them come across onto the racetrack. I got out of the truck, and there they were. So that was a pretty special moment, and one that I'm sure I'll never forget.
Yeah, I mentioned that on the podcast this last week. I was working TV last year when you won that championship there, and um, man, your way to focus and to win that championship. I'm getting goosebumps all over my body right now just thinking about that and what you were going through and how you're able to focus and bring that home. But this year, to celebrate with Chase and Mary, it's giving me goosebumps, man. That is extra special.
Yeah, I was sitting there under that red flag with, I think it was like 8 to go, before we had a couple cautions there, but that red flag there with 8 to go, I think we were sitting there for about 5 or 6 minutes when I went back to watch the live stream, but it felt like we were sitting there for an hour, and I was in a truck. I remember just sitting there and just trying to keep myself composed and find a way to finish it out, and obviously not count your chickens before they hatch. So, as we know, anything can happen in racing. So it was just trying to find a way to stay focused. And I think they hit it on this broadcast earlier. When you watch talking about the best medicine was just getting in the car and not having to think about it or answer questions about it. Just get in the car and be able to do what you know how to do. And that was honestly, that was the best part about it. Obviously there's a lot of thinking that goes on after qualifying and heat races and trying to do math as far as, what's the point difference. And sometimes you just get behind a wheel and it's a lot less stressful.
Yeah, yeah, you can go
Mhm.
do what you're meant to do, and you're able to compartmentalize that and put it behind you. Hey man, Xfinity racing here. You got your eyes on Allgaier, huh?
Yeah, I feel like Justin Allgaier, I think he's made it the last 4 years, I think, to the championship four. And I feel like he's found a way or something has gone wrong, to give him bad luck. I think the last 3 years, last year it was almost like anything and everything um, went against him, and he had to find a way to pull through at the end. So I think 23, I think is when he had the flat tire and might have hit the wall while he was leading or running second, if I remember correctly. But yeah, he just kind of seems to have a knack for these flat, short, intermediate type racetracks. And here he is on the restart again, a little bit of adversity on pit road, and he's finding his way back forward.
Yeah, Zilich currently leading over him, but it looks like he's reeling him in, and this might be a short battle here for the lead. I'm sharing a comments here, so if anyone has any comments for us or Brandon here, if Brandon's going to stay with us for just a couple minutes here, Maxwell Hoagland says congrats on the back-to-back championships there, which yeah, man, well deserved.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I thought it would be a short battle, but it looks like Zilich is kind of hanging on to it here.
Yeah, and I think you guys kind of hit the nail on the head earlier. There's a lot that's going to happen here with the sun going down. I think yesterday said it was like 86 degrees when the truck race started. So obviously that time of year where it doesn't stay warm during the nighttime. So
Yeah, I thought about that for a long time coming into this weekend, and especially the yesterday's race and this race with that transition starting. I mean, I guess it would be what 5:30 because their daylight savings time is kind of different there, but um, I think it's 5:30 out there, and starting there in the transition when the sun goes down versus tomorrow when it starts at 2 o'clock, you're probably not going to see a transition so much due to the weather. You might see it because of other things, but the weather part of it, I feel like you're going to see less tomorrow.
Still calling for 90 though, so it's a dry heat out there in Arizona though, right?
I would take that, I think, after today.
Yeah.
Oh, one of our favorites, one of your friends here. We got Swanee chiming in here, so wants to know where you hid the nitrous, buddy.
I was hidden right where it's mounted there, right in that down bar. I'm not sure how you didn't see it when he was looking at my truck.
We had you on back a few weeks ago, and it was kind of cool. You actually went down and helped James on the what he would call the stupid late model down at Slinger there. So you guys have built a pretty good friendship.
Yeah, James is, he's one of the guys that when I first started in the truck series, and obviously he's had a ton of success with that. And when I was getting started, the one thing that always stood out to me was I'd won that race at Plover after my third start, and he walked up to me in victory lane and said, "What is this, like your second or third race?" And he said, "That's pretty impressive." And that was just one thing that stood out to me early on in my truck series career. And I got a chance to know him and Katie, and I'd approach him with questions. Especially like tracks I'd never been to, and he was always open to helping me with that. And over the last 4 years, we, obviously our families have become really close. We've become really good friends, and I just love being at the racetrack. He's a great guy. Great to be around. A lot of fun. He's kind of like me. He's willing to try whatever it takes to be successful. And um, we got to talking at the banquet last year, and he was going to run Slinger, and he was looking for some help. I'd seen on Facebook, and I said, "Well, if you ever need a hand, just let me know. I'd love to be at the racetrack, and whatever I can do, whether it's changing tires, if you want input, whatever the case may be, I don't really care. Just want to be there." And so it worked out finally towards the end of the season. We're at a couple Sundays, and went down to Slinger and had a blast. We tried some different things, and from my standpoint, I'm always willing to learn, and I think you can always learn something when you're at the racetrack, no matter what your role is. So yeah, had a blast with it, and obviously if there's opportunities that come up in the future to do that, I would love to do that. Like I said, he's a great human being, and he's a champion in his own right for a lot of different reasons.
Absolutely, for sure. And you're doing a whole bunch in the racing community. And as I'm saying that, it looks like Elgar got by Zilich there, so still looks to be the top two. Quapple dealt with a little bit of adversity too. He's going to have to. I mean, he already worked hard to get back to where he is, so going to have to do that a little bit more here in the second stage. But going back, yeah, you do so much in the racing community. It seems like, yeah, you're searching out those opportunities to go help someone whenever you can.
Yeah, I just, obviously I've racing really all I've ever known since I was about 3 weeks old. So when I first went to a racetrack, so yeah, for me, it's whatever I can do to find myself at a racetrack. Obviously dab a little bit with announcing at Shawano. I've flagged up there, I don't know, probably about a dozen times now too. So for me, it's kind of neat to, I don't know, I guess I was always that kid in the stands. I thought it was cool to watch those individuals, and now it's kind of, I guess, little kid growing up to be, I guess, 32 years old and doing the stuff that I thought was cool back then. So kind of gives you a different perspective though too. A lot of times when you hear about calls that are made on the racetrack or reasons why, and it's a much different view, and I think it kind of helps you also see it from a different side of things.
Hey, you got some skin in the game up at Shawano. They came out with that survey, man, and you had a couple of comments. Tell the fans what you think about the situation, what's going on up there.
I think, yeah, with that situation, I think, obviously things change over the years. Equipment changes over the years. The days of guys having the big open motors that just aren't there anymore. A lot of guys, the modifieds, a lot of guys running 604 crates. You got the sport mods with the 602s, a little bit of their spec motor stuff that they have. But I think the days of half miles are, starting to fade. You look at tracks like Seymour 141 put on great racing with those cars, and I think today's racing just calls for, on the dirt side at least, just calling for a little different track layout. And I think the quality and the product of racing is hopefully going to improve. I think it will if they decide to shorten it to a 3/8 mile. So yeah, it's racing's a business, and you got to keep your customers coming in the form of race fans and race cars. And if that means you got to change your business model just a little bit to make that happen, then so be it.
Yeah, we talked about our thoughts. Kind of, my thoughts is it's kind of sad to see. I think it's the only half mile in the state. I don't know if anywhere up north and northwest is a half mile at all, but only half mile. Kind of sad to see that go away, but at the same time, you understand that to make it work, it's probably going to have to change.
Yeah, I mean, you got the half mile up at Anago yet, in Lang Lake County, which unfortunately this year they didn't get to have a race, but yeah, it's it's just kind of the way it is. It's no different than kind of what they did with Phoenix a couple of years ago. If you want to look at it from that perspective, they changed the layout of Phoenix, and now we got restarts and we're 7 wide. With a couple laps to go. So
Yeah, were you going with the trend, a little 6-7 wide type?
not intentionally, but I see what you did there.
People are gonna make fun of me for saying that's the second time I've already said it on here. Yeah, this will go well. Hey, you're off. Well, I shouldn't even say you're off season. The new season has already started for you. You're going to work on the truck already.
Yeah, we got to get rid of the old style. I guess the Gen 1 truck body no longer allowed for moving forward in the series starting in 2026. So got the body off and getting a new one, getting ready to be hung, or the new style, I should say. And you can never start the preparations too soon. I don't like waiting until the last minute, because that's when I feel like things get rushed. And I was always raised under the idea of preparation. Preparation is the opportunity for success. So a little bit of effort here and there. Pennies make times and dimes make dollars. So that way, by the time April rolls around and it's icebreaker time, hopefully we're all set to go.
Any other exciting thing happening for you in 2026 coming up here? Are you going to dabble with the late model a little bit, or what's your plan for 2026 as of right now?
I'm still kind of putting together a schedule for 26. Obviously, we're going to run the full truck series schedule again. We'll do some pro light racing with Macville Motorsports too. We'll figure out a handful of races to run with them, and then my dad and I have got a quarter mile late model that we're going to run at Kaukauna too. So we'll kind of just see what shakes out outside of that. Obviously that'd be close to 20 races probably there. So if you get to that 20, 25 mark, that gets to be a pretty hefty schedule. But at the end of the day, we love racing and like being at the racetrack. So if we can squeeze some more opportunities in, or we get some other opportunities that come about, then we'll see if we can make them work.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the leaderboard here, so it looks like Almirola is having a little bit of a better run this time. This is kind of where the transition I thought would happen, late stage 2, early stage 3. So it looks like Almirola doing a little better, Gray doing a little worse, and Love looked like he was starting to come forward a little bit, but he's stuck back in 7th here. And Quapples, again, we're trying to work his way through in 9th. So top 2 still the favorites here.
7 to go on the stage, so make that 6. So yeah.
You went backwards now. It's
Yeah,
6-7, not 7-6.
Well, they just updated it, so yeah, it's still 7. There he crossed the line. Hey, I was getting used to the start finish line being on the backstretch yet.
Yeah.
Every once in a while it's confusing, just like Darlington. Every once in a while, just like they did flip that around.
I think you look at the leaderboard. I think one guy hanging around that maybe you wouldn't expect is Nick Sanchez.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were talking about him too, man. He's I don't want to say he's to Ryan Newman's caliber yet, but as far as racing, he just seems like he goes all out from lap 1. He's hard to get around. I don't know. That's kind of how I view him.
Just aggressive is what he is.
Yeah.
But nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Man, Allgaier.
Yeah, Allgaier is really showing his colors now, man.
He's going through traffic and he's gaining time here. But you remember, like you said, Brandon, I remember that very vividly because I had to watch on the computer because I didn't have over the air, and they were playing some state wrestling or something here in Wisconsin, and I was trying to watch as much as I could. And man, he was a lap down until that late caution came, and looked like he was going to win the race as well. But Herbst got by him in 3 and 4 and got by him, and so a long way to go. You just never know if that late caution comes, what that will bring.
Yeah, this has been clean so far, man. But when it gets to the third stage, like I say, the gloves come off, and we'll see where it goes from there.
I think last night's truck race was a great example. You get a yellow with what was that, 2 to go or whatever it was, when you know
Yeah.
you got Majeski and everybody else taking 2, and Corey Heim gives up essentially 8 spots on the racetrack to get 4 tires, and by the time they got out of turn 2, he was almost in the lead already. So yeah, it's one of these situations where you get late in these races and it's all or nothing, Hail Mary time. You never know what's going to happen.
There was so much that was going on, and then all of a sudden Lauren finally woke me up and said, "Oh, by the way, Heim's got 4 tires," and I just sank and just like, "Oh, that matters. That matters so much." And yeah, to go from 10th to second in one corner, unbelievable.
Yeah, I rewatched that restart a few times, and Heim, I don't want to say he got lucky in anything, but one thing I did notice is that if Ankrum came down just a trunk length more or half, Heim gets stuck behind Ankrum there, and that's a different ball game because all of a sudden Heim can't make it 7 wide, and he gets stuck behind some of those guys, and that may have been just the difference for Ty, but he that didn't happen, and he made it work.
Yeah, you think about it from Heim's standpoint and his crew chief Scott Zipadelli. I mean,
Yeah.
you're kind of in that damned if you do, damned if you don't situation where if he goes 2, everybody else is going 4, and I guess like he said, I don't know why you wouldn't take 4, but from the other guy's standpoint, they're not going to do the same thing because he was just a little bit better.
Well, he came
Yeah.
out like 8th or 10th. I thought, man, you just blew your race, man. What are you thinking? And boy, it was the right call. It was just crazy right call.
Allgaier just took stage 2 here, so he's looking strong. Looks like Gray came back a little bit at the end. Boy, Love got inside the top 5. Here we go. That
Well, he
transition,
snuck
maybe
in there, the top
he was
5,
starting to pick
yes.
him up. Quapple gained a few at the end there too. I think he ended up. I'm not going to do it. I won't do it, but he ended in one of those 2 positions. Yeah, and the other thing too, that if Ty is 100, 200 feet ahead when that caution comes out, he takes the white flag, it's over. So man, that is such a tough call for a crew chief to make. 2, 4, how do you play it out 1,000 times in your head under 1 lap of caution? Just what's the right choice there? And oh man, there's such great talent at the crew chief level too. I mean, you're talking Scott Cipodelli, now a 2-time Truck Series champion, crew chief, and Joe Shear Jr. On top of Ty Box. There are so many great crew chiefs in the Truck Series level. It's quite amazing.
I thought it was interesting that Connor Mozak was directed to the principal's office afterwards.
Yeah.
NASCAR didn't like the idea that his situation ended up dictating the end of the race. Yeah, I was smoking a tire there, say, come on, we need a caution, we need a caution. And then, gee, we would have just hung on just a little bit longer. But yeah, NASCAR sent him to the principal's office after the race.
I think they mentioned he was told to get off the racetrack coming into turn 3, and I think he eventually hit the wall down in turn 1, if I'm not mistaken. So I think he kind of ignored the message.
I don't know. The flag man's got to throw a black flag.
I have a kind of a strong thought on that though. Like, I don't know if it's right that, because it's not like he was leaking fluids. If he was leaking fluids, of course, get off the track. Then that's a different issue. But can you tell a guy that has a tire rub that you're not 100% sure if it'll make it or not to come off and the track and risk his position too? Like, because in my mind, NASCAR puts themselves in this position with the one race thing. So you're going to penalize someone and make them come to pit road with an issue that might not become an issue because you put yourself in this one race shootout. I'm just not sure I agree with that call.
That's why flagman's got a black flag, And if the black flag was not brought out and they're calling them over the radio, just like, I don't know. I don't know if a black flag was put out or not. But NASCAR didn't like that.
Well, my point,
But I
it
know,
doesn't matter if black flag was out or not. I
yeah,
don't know. How can you?
but I know what you're saying, Lauren. You know, you're making a judgment call on somebody that's trying to limp to the finish. You know,
If it was anything other than the championship race, do you think they tell him to come to pit road? I don't think so.
no,
That's where I have a problem with it because that's inconsistent.
yep, I agree with you.
But yeah, man. Well,
That,
one last comment here for you, Brandon. We put it up before, but James Swad said he's coming for you next year. So there you go.
I gotta know
Friendly
what.
rivalry.
Yeah, I want to know what type of nitrous he's going to use.
I'll buy a ticket for that battle right there.
Yeah. Yep.
No,
Hey, I
go
guess
ahead.
I'll bring up one last thing here so we can let you go. Actually, I got two things. One is tell us about this new body that's coming out. What's the changes with the new body?
So with the new body style's got the biggest thing is the splitter on the front. So like you see with the NASCAR trucks here, the splitters. The old body style didn't have the splitter, just had essentially the valance like you see on essentially the old style, traditional style ABC bodies for the super late models and late models. So biggest difference is the splitter at the front and so one thing is with the old style body, 5 star doesn't make the fenders anymore, and doesn't make the noses. So I actually had bought out what 5 star had prior to last year, just to try and get me through, knowing that in 26 we'd have to make the change. So um, you know, for anybody else trying to get parts, obviously it's not feasible. So I get it. Like it's just like anything. At some point, there's got to be updates that are made, and you just gotta to get to that point. So, other than that, from what I've heard, maybe some more downforce with this body. Guess we'll find out. I don't know that it's going to be a huge difference maker as far noticeability or anything like that, but a little bit different look. Switching from a Ford to a Chevy. So I guess that's probably one of the bigger changes.
That was
Well,
my
I
next
mean,
question
call
because
him 3-time already. Mark, Mark and I kind of have a back and forth
I'm
on
just
that. I'm
sitting
sure
there, just
you
like
know that.
that blue oval on the front has some aero advantage to it on the front there, and now you're going to a bow tie. So, all right, man, you'll have to figure it out on your own. I was
Hey
going to
man,
throw that question at you. So,
yeah, we appreciate you coming on here and joining. I'm sure we'll talk throughout the evening here. You can comment and everything. But the last thing I got for you was, did you go trick or treating with Chase last night? I seen a picture of him dressed up and all that, and maybe share with the fans that didn't see it what he was dressed up as.
Yeah, so he's outside of race cars and airplanes. He likes dinosaurs. He likes to point them out. So my wife had got him an orange T-Rex costume, and no, we didn't actually go down the street. My wife Mary got him in his costume in his room, and I could hear him while he was getting dressed. He wanted it off, so it was more or less get some pictures real quick, and then he wanted it off so he could play with race cars at our table here in the living room and do all the stuff he wanted to do. So, not much of a trick or treating fan yet, but I would imagine in the years to come that'll change.
oh yeah,
And the thing that you learn as a parent is what's worth the battle and what's not. Sometimes it's just better to let them do what they want, and you know what, you'll get that moment a different time.
Yep, that's exactly right.
All right, man. Well, hey, thanks for joining us here. I'm sure we'll talk throughout the night, like I said. So, congratulations on becoming back-to-back Midwest Tour or Midwest Truck Series champion, excuse me. And can't wait to see what that new bow tie looks like for 2026.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks again for all you guys do. You do a great job covering local motorsports racing for all of us and making it special.
hey man, I'll be making contact with you with my NASCAR pool, man. So you're good luck on a good finish here on that on tomorrow, also, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey,
Yep.
who's before we let go? Who's your pick for tomorrow?
I'm gonna go Denny Hamlin. Haven't been a huge Denny Hamlin fan for most of his career, but he's kind of getting to that point. I know he's got some stuff going on health wise with his dad. I know how emotional that was for him winning at Vegas. So I'm pulling for Denny Hamlin tomorrow, or at least if it's not going to be a Hendrick car, I wouldn't mind seeing Denny Hamlin at this point in his career tie it up.
I'm with you on that. I think, just like we talked with you, you don't necessarily, nobody needs extra motivation, but there's something to be said when you're dealing with something and it just sometimes it just happens to click when something like that happens. And I think Denny Hamlin's going to take it tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, like I said, we appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, buddy.
Take care.
Yep. Thanks, buddy. Brandon Reichenberger joining us there for a good period of time there and talking about he just loves racing. So, and boy, what a cool story he's had over the years and becoming two-time champion, well deserved. Couldn't say that enough. Just well deserved championship.
For sure, man. Yeah, there's always been a Gracie Elney and there's always been a Reichenberger around. So it's always been that way. So the tradition keeps moving on.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's cool to see the different disciplines of racing he gets into too. He's on asphalt, dirt. He likes NASCAR here, so cool. And to hear Chase, Chase is doing well. Keep up with that, and to hear that he's heavily involved in racing already is awesome.
Yeah, you bet. It's a few years down the road, and then maybe he'll also have a wheel in hand because it sounds like he's got the Reichenberger passion, man, for sure.
Yep. Well, it looked like Jesse Love beat Justin Allgaier out of the pits here.
Wow. Okay, that's information here because we are on commercial break here, ready to start stage 3. So now it's going to get good.
Yeah, Jesse
Should be about 100, something like 105 to go. So they can't make it that far. There's got to be one more pit stop before the end of this.
Yeah, I saw right as they were going to commercial, Jesse Love. It was nose to nose to see who was going to get it, and Jesse Love barely beat out Allgaier. It looks like Jesse Love had a pit road or a pit stop time of 12.8 seconds. So that's how he got out in front of Allgaier. This is going to be this is where it gets really good because we just talked about, the transition that we thought was going to take place at the end of stage 2 into stage 3. And Jesse Love looked like he was coming to the front. Now he's at the front. And now can he just hang on to it there?
And your pit crew has got to make it happen. You remember last night when they had that half a second issue on that back rear tire, and that was just enough for him to miss that lead. It's just the smallest little hiccup. If you didn't really look at it, you wouldn't have noticed it, but there was just that itty bitty half a second glitch that cost the position. The crews just can't have a mistake here at the end here.
That I'll tell you what, too, that first pit box, there's always something about that first pit box at Phoenix where it just looks like there is absolutely no grip.
No, he's just sitting there just spinning his wheels trying to get out of there, man. I'd be dumping all kinds of Coca-Cola all over the place, man.
Yeah.
trying to straighten that out.
Yeah, so the lineup after pit stops is Love, Allgaier, Almirola, Gray, Creed, Jones, Zilich, Bonsignor, Sanchez. Quapple is 10th. So all 4 inside the top 10 here, but it's Love and Allgaier out front.
Yeah, sun's down now. It's getting to be dusk here, so track is continuing to cool off. Let's get ready for some 7-wide racing, huh?
Yeah. Hey, we got to give a shout out to the Corp Racing and Valley Gasket, of course. Huge
They are right here, yes.
of ours. Man, what they do for us is absolutely incredible. Tim, Ben, and Carrie, just awesome. And it's not just us. I know we say it on the podcast all the time, that it's the community that they give back to. Not just racing. What they do, they're just special people. So appreciate it, guys and girls. Yeah, there's that pit stop for Love. I believe that's Austin Dillon's pit crew that pits for Love.
Well, you see the brake dust come out of there, man? There was about a dustpan full of brake dust that came out of there.
Yeah, if you got any comments for us, we'll be able to share them on here. So we're just talking racing here. So something that we love to do. We know you do too. So come join us, talk some racing. We'll put it up on the screen. I'll see any comment that comes in, whether you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, or wherever you're watching this live stream. Comment on there and we'll see it. We'll share it. If you want to come and join us, talk racing, let us know. We'll get you on. I'll send you the link and get you on to talk some racing. So
Get James Swan with his Swan hat, man.
yeah, yeah, James, if you want to come on, just say something to anyone. Let us know. We're under 100 laps to go already, Mark. 99.
All right. Past halfway. Here we go.
Are we going to mention something when it's 67 to go?
Maybe if you want to.
No, I'm done with it. Sorry.
I'll be paying attention to the races and not that silly stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I will. I'll be watching the Packer game out with some friends, going out to an establishment, and we're going to do that. So, I'm going to not watch the race live tomorrow, but I'll be filled in with what's going to happen. That's 312 laps, and wow, that's tight. They're bouncing off each other.
Yeah.
Hey, stay above that line before the start-finish line.
Yep. We've seen that, and in line with your lane too.
And that also that affected yesterday too. So, and Allgaier's got clean air, man.
Yep. Brandon Reichenberger just said he votes for a James Swan live appearance, cone head or Swan hat required. We agree. We would love to have James on. Boy, we had some fun at Oktoberfest, and he caught us on a live where he kind of got us with our tail tucked between our legs because we were struggling a little that morning and couldn't think. We were definitely not full throttle yet, and he caught us at a bad time there.
Well, we got home late and we got up early, and you can sleep after you get home, so
That's right.
Sleep takes a back seat out at Fest, man. You got to enjoy them all them days when you're out there, especially the way the weather was. It was just gorgeous out there this year.
Oh yeah, unbelievable. I don't know that we'll ever get that lucky again.
No, I don't see that, but we can wish for it. So
Love's hanging in there though. I mean, he's only 3/10 back, almost 4 now. I guess he lost a little ground there going into 1 and 2.
Popple's back in 12th. That's not good. Be back there.
He's had an uphill battle here, losing spots on pit road.
Track position is key. It's hard to pass here.
This is a hard to pass track, you bet.
Yeah.
Also, we got to mention here, kudos to the CW, Xfinity series and everything. This is a commercial-free last stage here. It's presented by Xfinity, so really, really cool. Oh, boy.
Gray and the Zillage. You don't want to watch him turn the wheel right here.
Yeah. Hey. Oh, my.
Didn't give a chance to give him the number one finger there, Just like, but man, you don't want to be roughing up a contender like that. And Gray backed off and let him have the position. But yeah, that's get the heart rate going, huh?
I would think. Swallowed wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Love's hanging in there.
He's there. 0.44 right there. Yep. Clean air does matter here, though. But
no doubt.
Hey, you never know, man. If you got a long run car, you can pull them back in. Been a clean race. Quite a clean race here. So
yeah. Yeah, Jeb Burton is the only one I can think of off the top of my head that had an issue, and that didn't even create a caution.
See, all four of them cars hit that apron and their sparks come flying out of all four of them. Then they get back up on the track and all four of them sparked again.
Yeah, eventually that can three
And I'll
wide
do a
here.
3 wide here, so that's always fun.
Oh
And usually
boy.
the guy on the outside is the one that gets the dirty end of the stick, But
Whoa, Nelly.
I see Sammy's
Oh,
got a
we're going
little.
4. Oh,
Oh, that was close. Sammy's already got a big tire mark on the right side there. Yikes!
man.
Sammy gets around here. He's done well here.
Yeah, but this is a battle back for 16th. That's
Yeah,
unusual.
that's racing hard for back there. And Brandon Queen is in that 11, getting some experience.
Yep. He'll be one. We were talking about that on the podcast Wednesday, Mark, where, that truck series with Haley and Queen and, Ty is going to be in the 88 and Heim might be running through some races, and who else is going to end up at Thorsport, and all of the teams there. That is a stacked truck series for next year, man.
Yeah. Riggs just signed with the 34,
Riggs,
so you can
Tanner
expect him to
Smith,
be
I
there.
assume, is back.
Yeah. So
Man.
action packed truck series next year.
Oh, here we go. We just talked about a caution.
Oh, there.
Honeyman.
Yeah.
88 to go.
Too early to pit to make it to the finish yet.
Yeah.
I think you stay out unless if
do
you're.
you need another 15, 20 laps to feel good
I
about
guess
it?
if I was Quapple, I'd come in. Why not?
How many sets do they have? Do you remember?
I don't remember how many sets they have. Yesterday, man, they had 3 of them for practice, and they practically burned everything up, man. That was weird. They were blowing left rear tires on the Cup cars during practice. Oh, here's contact.
Oh,
Well, that ain't nice.
that explains it.
That ain't nice. Boy, you
I
almost got
couldn't
clipped
tell
there.
who that was.
And then you don't want to catch the end of that wall there that's sitting there also. So we'll give them a great big save, right? Oh, that
Yeah.
was close. Was that 25? Who is that? 99.
10? 10 got him? Die?
Looks like he
It
just
looked
got
like the
through.
10 was the one that made contact with him. Trying to see. We had it on the podcast on Wednesday how many sets of tires they had. Here we go.
Well,
They got 5 sets.
and we've gone through what, 1, 2?
Well, does that include the
So
set
we
that they
should have,
raced on? So 3.
yeah. So
So
there's
this would be
enough.
set number 4. If whoever pits would be taking on their 4th set.
I can't see coming in, man. Not yet. Not for the front guys. You don't want to lose that track position up front. But
You know what though? You mentioned it. It's been such a clean race to this point. Like, do you come, if you're Quapple, do you come in here, and if this thing goes to the end, you still got one
job
set
there,
left.
but they all pass through. Here we go. Starting with the 20.
Oh, I'm surprised.
So that was
Quapple didn't.
seventh and back looked like they were the ones. So the top 6 stayed out.
But I didn't see Quapple's car
I
come
didn't
down.
see Quapple come in either.
So Jones will have one set left, and whoever else came in will have one set left.
This is where the
Who's that,
strategy
Sammy
starts.
Smith?
Yeah, Quapple stayed out. So they
Man.
moved him up from 12th to 9th. So we'll see how these guys all work out with their strategy. Sammy Smith is there.
Yeah, Skyler, we can't here with doing this live, but we figured out that they ran through 3 already. So appreciate that. Boy, if I was Quapple, I think I would have came there.
You know, Yeah.
But on the flip side, if
Sometimes,
you get a caution in 15 laps, then the guys that just pit will not come in at that point because you got to have one left at the end.
yeah, that's a tough call,
Especially if
man.
you're someone like Jones that's been inside the top 5, top 10 all day, you want to have that set left because
See,
you
all
have
them
a good
guys that
enough
just
car.
pitted, they're pitting to get the win. And for these top four, that doesn't matter. They're just racing them for. So I don't
Right.
know if I'd want to get off sync this early.
That's a good
I
point
don't
too.
know. Yeah,
Eh,
I think the right call, but if he came in, I wouldn't say that was a bad call either. I mean, that's a strategy play you got.
well, once again, this is the crew chiefs are making their money.
Yeah. So these guys that just pitted, if they save their gas right here, they might, because usually they can go about 85 miles. And right now you're only running half throttle here. So,
It would be awfully close, I think. I don't know if I would trust that, but
wow. What a
and
jewel in the desert, huh? Look
I
at that.
don't think I would guess that this goes green to the end either, but
No,
maybe.
I,
I
I
mean,
don't think so.
I don't see it, but
We're going to have a green-white checker, just like we normally do. All right, here's the choose. He's going to go high. It seems like the high line is the way to get around. All right.
since it started transitioning to nighttime, Zilich hasn't been what he was early in that second stage.
No, he doesn't. Well, Austin Hill finally breaks the top 10, so haven't heard nothing from him.
Yeah. Man, that incident earlier this year just kind of really threw his season out the door.
Well, moral of the story is don't wear white gloves. They're computerized. They knew what he did, and in the heat of the moment, man, a 1 second decision can ruin your whole season.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? 82 to go.
Yep.
Hey, I'll lay a bet with you, buddy. I bet you Chevrolet wins this championship.
Oh,
Huh?
I
Take that
come
bet?
on, you're a Ford guy. Take a Ford.
Not today. But I'll say the double
Good
zero will get them
restart
at
for
the
Love.
end. So here we go. Stay above that line. That's
Yeah, who
huge.
do you have picked between us? You have Creed, don't you?
I have Creed, and he's on the inside right there.
And I have Love.
Come on, you can go lower than that. Heim showed you that you can do that.
Ryan
Oh, here we
Sieg
go.
went pretty low.
Look at that. 4 wide back there. Pretty tight. All right. Jesse Love's hanging there. But that outside groove has the momentum there.
I think if Love could have ran a different line through 1 and 2 with Creed not too as tucked into his inside, I think that could have been different. But man, Almirola was sliding there.
Isn't Almirola for the Owners Championship?
I
Isn't
think
that?
he's for the Owners. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's up there. So there's a paycheck waiting for that one too.
That's the thing with that caution last night too. That cost Front Row Owners Championship. They were saying
Yes,
how
it did.
Cipodelli didn't want to see that caution come out, and here that helped them win both the owners and the drivers at the end of the day. So it actually
Yeah.
helped the team. But you don't know that, if that restart, like I said, if Ankrum blocks him a little harder, could have been a lot different story.
Boy, Almirola, he sure fits in, doesn't he? And just saying, taking a part time. Wouldn't be surprised if he'd come back and do a full time run again, especially when you run this good. I
Kind of
think
like
he's
an
had.
Allmendinger deal, like come back and
Yeah, he's done a part time kind of deal, and I think maybe it got fun again, especially when you perform like he is. Wouldn't be surprised if Almirola throws his hat in the ring for a full time. Definitely
we
would be a
got
contender.
We got a comment from YouTube here. BK Whopper says, "Go Carson." We're fans
Yeah,
of
go Carson.
Carson for sure. Yep. Would be nice to get him some track position here, but now with some guys on fresh tires behind him, he could be in an interesting spot here. Oh, he's going three wide right as I say that too.
Yeah, sometime that's not going to work here.
Thanks for the comments coming in. Again, if you want to comment, don't be afraid to. We'll share your comment on air. We'll talk some racing. If you want to join the show here, we'll talk some racing. Any racers out there want to talk about their season and off season so far? I don't like saying off season anymore because it's really not. It's it's the go to work and in the shop season, I guess.
Yeah.
Race season and shop season, I guess.
Take all the stuff that's probably worn or bent or a little bit, and some of the character that the cars have, and straighten them all back up, make sure everything's good, and that takes time. It's amazing when we get to April and I start talking to people. How's your car going? Oh, we haven't even looked at it. Like, all of a sudden, yeah, we got to get moving on this, and it comes up fast, and sometimes some teams are struggling, right on the last week that the paint still wet on it, so
yeah.
even though most of them don't paint anymore with wraps and stuff like that, but
oh yeah. Oh, it's Blake and Brian in the Wisconsin Dells. That's BK Whopper chiming in here, excuse me, and all that. So thanks, Blake and Brian in Wisconsin Dells, chiming in. Everyone chiming in here. We had Skyler Brockmiller chiming in quite a bit. Hey, also I know we said this earlier, but happy birthday again, Skyler. Appreciate you.
18, huh? To be 18 again, do it. Wow.
Yeah.
If I only knew what I knew now, but yeah, that's exciting. 18.
Yeah, Steve Burmeister, our friend Burmy, chiming in. Track won't change much. Allgaier has it set. I won't say Allgaier has it set just yet, but now the track will not change much. When it started at 6:30 to now, it's changed a little bit, but from here on out, it's not gonna.
Love ain't going away though.
Consistent. No, he's not.
He's right there. Just keep up with him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give this to Allgaier just yet.
They don't pay at lap 130 here, so.
But appreciate you, Burmy, for chiming in, your friendship and everything. So.
Yeah, we like Burmy. He's all right.
That's what this is
drag
about.
Racer, man, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, drag. We got to go to a drag race, man. That should almost be at the top of our list. Hey, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, say, hey, Burmy, take us out there and give us some pointers, man. It's a different kind of world on that side of the fence, but yeah, I've only been, shame on me, I've only been to Union Grove once, and one time I went out to Kaukauna and spent the night out there, and yeah, should do it more often. Shame on me.
Shame on me too.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, I was gonna mention oh yeah, Skylar, absolutely, man. Appreciate you. We'll see you on iRacing soon, I'm sure too. But something I was looking into the other day was Indy 500 tickets.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll have to give you a shout and give you some.
If you get the tickets, I guess I can't let them go to waste. I'll have to go.
Well, we're going.
All right.
I've already got it cleared here, so I just need to eventually, purchase the tickets, and then we'll talk. We got some time, I think. Hey there. Again, if you're watching this, we're having a hard time hearing because we don't want the back feed to come through our feed here to you. But I do hear some shifting going on out of Love.
Yeah, I turned this down so you don't get no back feed.
Yeah, we got to keep it low here. I should almost get a earbud or something to put in here. Oh boy, here you go. Bigger hat needed for Mark. All hail Brian Krieger and his son that we see at tracks everywhere.
Yeah,
All
big
hail,
old
all hail to you.
big salute. Yeah, oh, hail, hail.
I'm
The
gonna have
gang's
to get
all-
adjustable hats now for him, Brian. So you're costing me money. No, I'm just kidding.
I take it all in stride. Mr. Inflate Ahead. Yeah, so no, I take it all in stride.
Hey, Mason Litke joining us here. Hey, what's up, Mason? Thanks for joining and everything, and Grant Gilbert here as well.
Good. Yeah.
Hey, man, they got that. Grant's got that Wisconsin Pro Sim going with I know Mason races and that and all that's been fun for a few weeks. I haven't been on in a few weeks now, but good times there. A couple of good racers from up here.
Both of them very much improved this year. You'd have to give them a thumbs up for improvement out of them.
No
Yep.
doubt. No doubt.
Good finishes. Yep. So
Yep.
keep it going, boys. Keep it going.
Bright future for both of them. I know we say that quite often. See, this is what I was worried about Koppel. He's in a spot now where these guys coming up behind him.
Oh,
man.
Sieg is just laying on the anchors, man. That rotor was just glowing there, trying to stay off of them.
And I want to mention that's Kyle Sieg again. Ryan Sieg's in the 41, so Kyle Sieg in the 39. But yeah, he's like I was saying before, Koppel's in a tough position now, especially because he's got all these drivers that pit that have fresher tires coming at him now. So he's got an uphill climb here, unfortunately. Parker Retzloff, cool to see him just outside the top 10. Wisconsin driver. Oh, Aiden Weirs, also another driver. He's going to the dirt side. He's no longer, I don't think he's going to be racing the Wisconsin Sport Truck unless he does specials or anything, but Aiden's going to the dirt side there, so well deserved. Can't wait to see what he does. Another good young up and comer. So what's up, Aiden? Thanks for joining, buddy. Brock Saunders also he won a couple of pavement pounder series races in the series up here by us, but a dirt driver, part of my family actually. So
hey, look at this. Love is there, and he's going to use the outside groove, huh?
We need some of these drivers that chimed in. Who do you got for this thing here? We want to know what your thoughts are. Oh, Allgaier loose in.
That's just a different way around there, different groove.
I don't know if he attended.
I think he overshot that one just a little bit, man. But
I'd be curious
to
know if Allgaier's shifting here. Like I said, I heard Love was. Maybe he is. Again, we can't hear because we don't want the back feed to come through, but I'm a little afraid about doing the earbud thing if we're going to do this more because funny story about me is I was pit reporting for Slinger 2 years, not this past year, but the year before, and the silicone thing that goes on the earbud fell off and got stuck in my ear. I could not pull it out. I didn't have a tweezers. The ambulance couldn't find a tweezers. I think the office ended up having to bring us a tweezers to get it out. So I'm a little concerned with doing the whole earbud thing. So it might have to be a hard-coated earbud if I do that. But I got to find something so I'll be able to listen in when we do this more.
That was a head scratcher when you said you couldn't find a tweezers on an ambulance, huh?
Yeah.
It's like, huh? Don't people get severe slivers? But yeah, once that's in there and you can't get it out, that gets kind of.
I felt so dumb, for lack of a better term. Like, hey, I'll be right back. I got a earbud stuck in my ear.
Yeah.
That was super unfortunate, but what do you do? Makes for a good story now, I guess.
I guess, yeah. Well, we're under 60 to go here, so wrapping up here. Koppel just cannot get any track position P12.
Well, it's the drivers that have caught him now that have those tires.
Yep.
So, Retzloff is pressuring him. Harrison Burton, Queen is, even Lights. They're all right there starting to pressure him.
Where
Taylor
did
Gray
Jones go?
fell off to 21st.
Oh, Jones is up to 9th. So he was the first one to have fresh tires.
Taylor Gray, he must have had a penalty, huh?
Yeah,
I'll
he dropped.
look at the timeline here to get caught up. Doesn't say anything about Taylor Gray having a penalty. So I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, Burmy, you're right. Pit stops are coming here.
It's going to matter the most right here.
Do you think someone that pit with 80 some to go is going to try to make it?
Well, if they do, man, they better been saving from the very get-go, because
What's the fuel window?
is it like 85? It's around 85, 90, somewhere in there. You get another caution here, then that would probably help a lot.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want that because then you got to take tires.
Yeah, because now
Or
you've gone this far.
lose a bunch. So at 87 to go, they were not in the fuel window, is what Bob Pockris was reporting. It looks like Jacob Seelman, who's another journalist, said the fuel window is 81 laps. Can you save 6? This didn't go back to green until what, 82 to go?
Yeah.
So 1 lap, and you burned, what would you say, 2, let's say 3 under caution, because it's 2 to 1.
2 to 1.
So you got to
Yep.
save 4 laps. You think you could save 4 laps?
You probably would like to see a caution, but you're right. These guys are going to come in with fresh tires, man. If you get a caution, it's got to stay green for them. A caution will kill that strategy. Boy, Love's right back on him again.
Yeah, this is where it gets good, like we said, and we're thinking the same thing here, Brandon. Brandon says, does the 88 or the 2 pit before the 7 use the strategy to get out front? Something to keep track of. Absolutely. Something that's been going through our mind here as we get in. When do you choose to pit?
Well, when the first one does, everybody else is going to come too. You got to run this out further though. But yeah, someone's going to take a shot at it. Oh, Love had his bumper underneath there. Hey, nothing like intimidating him a little bit, huh? Let him know he's there.
Has Almirola and Zilich started to reel them in just a little bit? Something else to keep track of if they're going to go to battle here.
Yeah.
Looks like Almirola is. Update on the Owners' Championship. Thank you to Skylar for confirming this for us, Skylar Brockmiller. So we got the 19, the 21, the 88, and the 7 in the Owners.
Yeah, they didn't take the owners away from the 21. He didn't lose the owners side of that point standings.
Yeah. Doesn't look like Almirola and Zilich are gaining ground here. How about Corey Day, 5th?
Yeah, he had a couple incidents off of turn 2. He brushed the wall, and then he also pressured the guy earlier in the race. And boy, at 41, Ryan Sieg is up to 6th.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Sammy's up to 8th.
Oh, there we go.
As we say that, oh man.
Well, so much for being in 6th. I guess I kind of mentioned him, and that Mustang is not safe. And that's not Mayer either. So
no, yeah, the Ryan Sieg in the 41 this week. Oh man, you just mentioned him. Hey, he's up to 6th, and yikes!
Wonder if somebody got into him or what happened here. But
we're
boy,
they just
look at that car.
That was a big hit. That was huge.
Phoenix has a way of really destroying a car when you crush the wall there.
Good to see him moving around. At
They
least.
didn't pull the net down though, you know.
No, it's not down. You're right. So Ekis and Sammy are behind
Did
him.
Eckes get into him? Oh yeah, wow. Just
That's a
wow.
bad spot, man.
He's probably thinking like, I didn't plan on you stopping there, or the rotors were glowing on the 16. It looked like he hit the anchors, but boy, oh boy, it's shorting that car up, man. Look at that. Boy,
Huge.
back in the day, you'd fear having fire. Look at that fuel cell laying there, yeah. But back in the day, if it was always a fire deal like that. The safety of the back end like that, boy, you don't see the fuel cell being exposed like that. It's probably scrubbing the racetrack too.
Ouch.
You seen the fire come out of the 16 pipes. He tried to blow up, but I don't know.
Man,
Boy, that's a hard hit.
that's a bad spot. That is a bad spot.
Oh yeah, and he's looking
Yeah.
for somebody here. You better throw your Hans device and get it out of your system. Yeah, best thing to do is just walk it off and call it a day. Talk about it later. Oh,
Maxwell Hoagland chiming back in. That Mustang wanted to have a Mach-E body, apparently. Yeah.
that folded that one up.
Skyler, not buffing. Yeah, that is not buffing
That
out.
will not buff out.
That will
All
not.
right, here we go. Pit stops.
That took the green flag stop and strategy right out of it.
All of that. Yep. So this is
And look at
the
Jones is coming. So if everyone's coming here that pit before, this is their last set of tires. It will not be the last set of tires for the leaders here.
no mistakes here.
Oh, you can't have it here.
Not a mistake. It'll kill you right here. Well, looks good all the way around so far.
Good stop for the two guys
Yep,
again.
the crew got a good
That
stop.
was a
7
very
looks
good
good.
stop.
88 looked a little faster.
Oh
Yeah,
man, that's
yeah.
good.
All there lost.
Wow.
Lost 3. All right.
Well, the good thing for Elgire is he's had to pass some people here and was able to do it. So we will see what he can do from fourth.
It's on now, man.
Yep. Again, kudos to Xfinity for all that they've done for the series too. I think I said, thank you for the commercial free, but man, what they've done to grow this series, super
Kind
important.
of looked like Allgaier slid a little bit too far there. He actually hit his board there, and that was just enough to throw that off where he didn't. He slid a little bit too
Yeah, a
far.
little.
Maybe 6 inches to a foot, but
That's all it takes.
that's all it takes not to land. You got to hit the right spot.
Burmy is asking who has one set left. We know the Championship 4 has one set. A bunch of the drivers in, I think Sammy does not have one left. Jones does not have one left.
They got some of their track position back with that though. So
yeah.
But yeah, that strategy went right out. Yeah, now, yeah, you ain't got no tires, so that could matter when it comes down to five to go, and you got to pit, and them guys they're gonna be.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So Brandon Jones, Ryan Sieg does not matter. Corey Day, Christian Eckes, Sammy Smith, Brendan King, Kyle Sieg, Harrison Burton, Parker Retzloff, Ryan Ellis, Brendan Poole, Nick Lights, Blaine Perkins, Leland Heineman, all are out of tires if they pit under this caution because they pitted the one prior. So they are out. The rest have a set remaining. Brandon Reichenberger, of course, we just had him on. So if you go back and watch this great interview with two-time Midwest Truck Series champion, he said he noticed the right rear tire changer on the 7 looked like he missed the fifth lug, was not coming off and had to rehit it. So that could have been it too. So,
It's the little thing.
I mean, it cost him a little time, but guess what? That would cost you a whole lot more time if that was a green flag spot or a stop. He's 4th. He can certainly get by a couple of drivers here.
But he lost his track position here. He's going to have to race hard now.
In that position, do you think, you might have been better off just not hitting that 5th lug and just having 4? I know you're going to get that $10,000 penalty, but would it have been more worth it if that was the issue to not tighten it?
Yeah, but what happens if the other one is not totally tight either? So you got
then then that's a bigger issue.
Yeah, so best thing to do is do it right, get it done. I bet you Allgaier is going to take the outside groove. I bet you a lot of guys are going to try to take the outside here. There we go.
Yeah, Burmy, we were talking about that too. That we thought Hyman's only did 4 last night, but it wasn't the last stop. So, yeah, if it's not the last stop and everything else is tight, you don't get napped for it. But last stop, you can't have that happen. Allgaier took the inside. That was.
Yeah, I thought that was.
Well, he was 4th, so he probably had no option there.
Yeah.
He would have lost a row if he went to the outside because he lost 3.
Take the rows, get the second row. So, all right. So 42 to go. Pull them belts tight one more time.
This could be a lot more tough for Allgaier at this stage, though, because now he's got to get by Zilich and Love, who was pressuring him for the lead.
Now we'll start using the apron.
Oh, yeah.
On the dog leg, yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Not too early, though. You got to stay in line.
And stay above. I think that NASCAR preaches enough to them that they understand to stay above that line on the restart.
And remember, the 19 and the 21 are also going for the Owners' Championship here, so.
It's tight. Almirola is right in the middle. He's the sandwich.
That's the Owners' Championship, and he's gonna.
Boy. That could have been something there.
That move just reminded me. You had Almirola picked, and he rooted someone out of the way on the last lap. That cost me. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
I'd be curious to see what those tires look like on the 7 and the 2 after rubbing a little bit there with the 19. Almirola is going to get this lead, isn't he? Brandon said he was looking for the 7 to be 3 wide or more here, and good call there, buddy. You can see the lettering rubbed off the 7 there. 7's right rear.
Wow, look at Love on that power move on the outside there.
And he cleared him.
Yeah. Oh, let's go get another one on the outside.
Love.
That was a tough corner there. I don't know.
I don't like the outer groove in 3 and 4.
Not there, but over here you do.
Yeah.
Yep, you shoot up to the wall so you can fire down low like this. Yeah, and get the run down the backstretch right like that.
And it gives you a lot more options too, because if you're on the outside and the other guy goes super, super low, you can be as tight to him as you want. So you can be as tight to him as you want, or you can go higher. It just gives you a lot more options there in 1 and 2. Yeah, here we go. I'm a little concerned about the right rear of Allgaier. That's not a good spot to hit there.
Wow. That could have been huge there. Good driving, though. Good. It was tight, but yeah, they got through there.
They got through it. Love all over Almirola there and the entry to 3. Once again, the Owners' Championship is the 19, the 21, the 88, and the 7. So right now Almirola would win. Or no, excuse me, Zilich is leading. I forgot Zilich got to the lead there.
Yeah.
So Zilich would win both here.
Here comes Love on the outside again.
Love is only eligible for the Drivers' Championship. He's going to make that work. Almirola is going to come back a little bit, but you're going to see just like what you did with Allgaier down in 1 and 2. He's going to move that outside lane, and he's going to take second place.
He should clear him right here coming off the. He's got
and
that.
Allgaier is going to do the same thing to Almirola.
Yep. There.
Four-wheel slide.
He's clear. There you go. So now let's see Love try to chase down Zilich now.
This is going to be a good finish here, man.
I
Wow.
don't know. It's not what Allgaier would like right now. These laps are wrapping off really fast here. And Zilich is slowly starting to inch away.
Quapo's losing some ground too.
Yeah, he's not a good night for him.
It just seemed like that first pit stop after he got up inside the top 10, and it just, he lost a few positions, and then that pit strategy was kind of back where the drivers were catching him on fresh tires. He just, one little thing, that first stop that you lost a few positions on can really take a toll.
Yeah. Yeah, he's dealing with all this traffic and it's just tough from being back there with no track position. He's been fighting that all race. He needs a Hail Mary, man.
Well, get a caution with 2 to go. You put 2 tires on, and all of a sudden you never know.
You never know.
So it looks like the delta has kind of stayed the same here, just less than a half a second.
Allgaier's slowly slipping back. So they're all getting spread out a little bit here.
Yep. Zilich with clean air.
Don't burn it off now. You got to save something for the end.
Only one caution on track tonight, right? Only that.
Yeah, Burton.
Ryan Sieg. Burton wasn't a caution, right?
That's right.
Sieg.
Yeah, Jeb Burton was not a caution because he got right away, got to pit road. So yeah, only one.
Oh no, Honeyman. Honeyman spun.
Yeah.
So 2 fairly clean, which is great. We love that. Love coming back just a little bit there. He had a pretty good 1 and 2. Knocked off like a 10th here. Wow, he knocked off a 10th and a half.
Yeah, he's good down low in 3 and 4, but he's got to use the upper groove here, and he really isn't.
I wouldn't be afraid. It looks like he's just good in 3 and 4, or 1 and 2. Whatever he does in 1 and 2 works for him. He's got a good car over in that side.
He's reeling them in.
I think I heard another shift. Maybe not. I didn't hear him get back on it. He might catch lap traffic at the wrong time here, though.
Yeah, that lap traffic, that can also be a factor, too.
Oh, he got by. Okay.
That's how you hit him here.
This is going to be some dirty air for Zilich here. Looks like he did okay with it. You
think they're racing hard, man?
No, not at all. God, Love
Yep.
just looks really good on that side of the track.
That side of the track, yes,
Unreal. High or low, he can put that car at anywhere.
Hey, that 2-car in the Xfinity series, Busch series, has always been stout. A lot of championships in that 2-car.
Yeah.
A lot of history with that team.
Oh, yeah.
There, cut it low. Ooh, slide it across there. Don't burn them up.
Yeah, but if you're this close, you got to get it when you can. I don't like the high lane in 3 and 4. He did okay there.
He did all right. He's searching. But if he really wants to do it, he's got to go high here. Higher than what he is. There you go. You should gain something out of this right here. Should be right on his bump. Oh, here we go.
Oh, man. What a run.
He's there. And side
and
draft.
Best friends here. Best friends.
Yeah, they are best friends.
Oh.
Run him up the hill a little bit. Why don't you, huh?
Wow. Jesse Love.
Love and War and Peace here, huh? Yeah.
Who picked him this weekend?
I don't know. Who did?
Oh,
That must be you.
Must be me. Not for my championship. I didn't pick him for my championship pick, but I picked him between you and I.
Between you and me, yeah. Frida's fallen back to 8th, so I can.
I think Love is, if there's not a caution, he's gone. There is not a thing that anyone can do to touch him in 1 and 2, and that will be the end of the day for everyone else.
So now Zilich is going to try riding high because he's searching now.
Oh, Love got a little loose there. I'll be curious to see what the
careful.
delta is here. Zilich
don't burn that right
gained some
rear
ground
off.
back. Maybe I spoke too soon. All right, everyone. You think Love's going to hang on, or you think Zilich has got it? You think Elgire's going to come back? Quap with the Hail Mary. What are you thinking with 22 to go?
I'm kind of agreeing with you, man, with Love with that fresh air, man. Just don't burn it up, man. Be sliding off a turn 2 over there, man. That's not good. And he's dealing with a lap car. No, we're in Zilich's car right here, yeah.
Yeah.
No lap cars, but that's going to probably be a factor here at the end.
Oh, Love loose on the apron there.
That whole backstretch is all wide open. No lap cars back there, so we're good.
They might catch a few here. It looks like there's a
few. Yeah, we'll see.
Up the road.
20 to go.
Man, look how much ground Zilich can make diving it into the outside. But then
he keeps going higher and higher. Ain't that something? They didn't put none of that sticky sauce on the track this year. Remember a couple of years back, they put it in places that they don't even race.
Caution with under 10 to go, Brandon Reichenberg.
Yeah.
I feel like it's inevitable that happens.
I could lay money on that too, yeah. Wow, now Love's way down on the apron, but
I just got an alert here. It's not racing related, but apparently the bench is cleared in Game 7 of the World Series.
Oh, they're tired of each other, huh? Boy, and it's early.
Oh, Zilich had a bad corner there.
He's searching. He's all over the place. He's
actually,
trying to
he didn't lose as much ground as I thought he was going to.
No. Zilich
Love
is coming
really
right back there.
But Love is really, was that a bunch of tires?
Yeah, it came out of
some of that
underneath
tire there, the marbles there?
Yeah,
he's really sliding it in 1 and 2 now. Like when he was using the high lane and gaining that ground, he was kind of taking care of it. Now with him sliding on the apron, he's really expecting a lot of that car. Now I'm wondering if he's going to burn it up like you were saying. Don't do that.
Yeah.
This is why we love it, right?
Good corner there.
Ain't that something? They're losing the apron in 3 and 4 there. If you try to do that on iRacing, you are shooting up the track so bad or spinning out. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it'd be nice that you could actually use that. In a truck, the truck is pretty easy that you can go all the way across turn one apron and still make it work. Oh, here's a lap car that's going to just throw it off just a little bit. And we got 15 to go. Boy, it's going fast, man.
It just looks like it's
the 19's now in the picture.
yeah, slowly closing in.
Boy, Allgaier's 4 seconds, 4.5. That ain't good for him. He needs a caution.
Yeah, Allgaier is. Oh, Zilich just tagged the wall there a little bit.
I thought he was going to bury the wall. Like, what are you doing?
Wow. Oh, but this is bad for Love to be in that, but Zilich is going to have to go through too. But Almirola is the one I got my eye on now. He is chopping away here.
He's probably going to get Zilich here.
I think so. He's chopping away pretty good.
Yep.
And, if you think Almirola's not racing for anything, he is. He's in the Owners' Championship.
Here's all these lap cars, dude. They're everywhere.
Yep. This is where it gets dicey. Can Zilich? Oh man, Zilich is in a heavy traffic. He might have had to go 3 wide there. This is what's different in this sport than the others. Is it's not 2 teams playing against each other. You got 38 of them out there, man.
Yeah. And you try to stay out of the way. It's easy here. Like last week at Martinsville, there's no place to hide there.
No.
Oh, God, I thought he was going to bury that wall again. Man,
he might have rubbed it going into 3 too.
I won't put my finger out the window, man. They're using every bit of that track as much as they can.
So, all right, let's play the hypothetical game here. If Zilich doesn't win the championship here, is that a travesty with the season he's had?
Yeah, well, put it this way, it'll be talked about this week.
My thing is, the rules. You know the rules going into it.
It's a shame that you wiped the slate completely clean for one race. Yeah, and fans have been hollering about it, and NASCAR said they're going to change and everything like that. So, but you're right. Going in, everybody knows what the rules are, and this is the way we play the game.
The other thing that I was telling you is you're not going to get rid of the playoff format. So in some fashion, let's just throw let's throw the trucks out there. Let's say they race 25 times. You could win, even if you do 3 races at the end, you could win 22 of them, and you're still not the champion if you have a bad 3 race. So at some point, you're just not going to avoid that because NASCAR's not going to go back to a full season championship. They're just not.
But the one race you gotta expand that somehow, some way. And they got once again, it's one of those, I hope they get it right because, they keep changing and people don't like change. And, Almirola got by Zilich here. I don't know if Zilich Almirola ain't got enough time to get up to Jesse Love.
No, I don't think so either.
Where's that caution at, huh?
Well,
hold your breath. Hold your breath. It's coming. I bet you. No caution. He should probably say, no caution, no caution, no caution.
Burmy is saying wreck time. It could be, but you never know. You just never know.
Go find some debris somewhere. Boy, Allgaier is 6.5 seconds.
Yeah,
Man,
he faded
just,
a little.
boy, unfortunate there.
I thought I saw some smoke up in front of Love. That was weird. Boy, think about the position that Love was in last week at Martinsville. Lap down, 30th place,
Yeah.
not knowing if they were going to make it through. And, you know, a lot of people up in our area know this with him racing with the Wimmer family. Such a great kid. I mean, just this will be a popular one because he's one of the good guys, man.
You know, and we walked down to the pits and he come right over, and we'd sit and chat with him and everything. Very accessible. Good kid, man. Yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk about this too. What hypothetical again? Okay, Jesse Love, let's say he goes on and finishes this off. There was so much talk about the 21 Hill being moved up to the Cup Series and how much Richard Childress loves Austin Hill. But all of a sudden, you got a champion now in Love that I would say is just as good. He's what, 7, 8? I was not going to do 6, 7 years younger. Now, if you're Richard, I mean, I guess it's a good problem to have.
You know, he runs road course. He does short tracks. I mean, he's great at the super speedways. Yeah, there's Papa Childress right up there, 2 to go.
I just feel like he's a guy similar to Allgaier where he's going to get you what the car deserves and maybe a little bit more, but he's not going to over push the boundaries.
Got to get back to the line here.
Yep.
You think his heart rate just moved up a little bit, but
I wish he had like a Fitbit or a
because I bet you,
watch
just
that can
like
track that. Yeah.
breathe.
White flag, he got it.
Spotter's got to talk to him and just like, come on, bring it home, and got a good lead. You don't have to pound it too hard.
I wouldn't even mess around with
No, don't even have to mess with this lap car. Just
Alfredo.
finish it off.
Just you got over a second.
Yeah,
to give
stay
up
away
here.
from Alfredo.
Oh, hey, it's nothing against Alfredo.
No,
I think Alfredo is a good talent, but
he is.
you don't need to mess with him. Here it is, Jesse Love, champion, race winner. How about it?
Almirola was halfway back there, man. 10 more laps and Almirola might have been there.
Maybe, but I think
Joan
Love let Alfredo go too and cost some time there. So.
I think he just realized that he just pulled his off, man. Is he crying? Yeah, I'm sure he's going to get. He's getting emotional here. That's okay.
He's I got goosebumps, dude. He's not a Midwest. He's not a Wisconsin guy, but in my mind, he's an honorary Wisconsinite and Midwestern boy because of his time here with the Wimmer family and racing here for those years. So
kudos. I was selfish, man. I wanted him to stay here longer, but he moved on.
Yeah,
I was selfish. I wanted him here, man. And when he left, went down south and everything like that. But we saw the talent in this kid, and this is going to be a good one, man. They scrubbed the Larry right off that tire. Careful, don't put her in the wall yet. This might be one heck of a burnout here,
huh? Burmy says, "Great race, congrats, champ. Set them clocks back." Yeah, we got. We're sending them back this weekend. That's cool, man.
Yep. Burn down.
He's a good one. Good for him.
Smoke out. Oh, don't do that. Oh, that's all right. There now, just let's start a fire, huh?
He's gonna give it all it's got. There it is. It is a little fire going there.
You know, they did an engine teardown of the champion last night, and they're going to do that here again with this
Yes.
and tomorrow for sure. They said it's like a 3-hour process.
They wait
So
till the morning, or at least they did for the truck series. How about this too? I don't know what time the green flag went, but this thing started around 6:30 Central Time. It's 8:47. So you're talking. I'm going to assume the green flag was somewhere around 6:40.
6:45, yeah, somewhere around there. So yeah, 2-hour race. That's why I say this is a fast race. Didn't have too many incidents except for the 41 getting destroyed, but
Just the two, Honeyman and Ryan Seed going around. So
everybody's running around on the racetrack right there, man. Just like, stay clear. There's so many times that you see so many people get so close here, just like there, shut her down.
I'm going to find a way to see when this race started and how long it took. So he crosses the line there. All right, so 2 hours, 9 minutes, 17 seconds. But when did it start? I'm a numbers guy. This is probably annoying for most, but
And there, number 2 gets another championship.
yep.
Childress and against 3 junior motorsports, and he beat all 3 of them.
Yep. Brandon Reichberg says, thanks, fellas. Great coverage. Talk to you soon. Absolutely. Thanks for joining us here, buddy. That was great. Congrats on 2-time championship. So, yeah, absolutely. So I think I said 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 17 seconds. It started at 7:27. So that is 2 hours, 2 hours, 1 minute, and 50 seconds. So nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I gotta turn this up here. Sorry to everyone.
Yeah, I turned it up just a little bit too. I want to hear what he's got to say here. Soak it in, man.
Zilich showing some emotion there too, man.
Yeah, he doesn't. Boy, you put so much into it, man.
And then, it's a weird spot for him to be in. You dominated the season. You're not the champion, and then you're watching your best friend win the championship. Boy, that's a lot of mixed emotions.
He ran him up the hill over in turn 4. Just right here they're showing it. Well, I guess maybe that was just a little bit more, but
That's not egregious, though. That's
it's not. No,
He didn't stuff him. He didn't.
No, you just run them high so you can get the position. Smart racing.
The problem that I had with the Almirola deal, I don't remember if that was this year or last year. You called it out earlier. Was egregious in my opinion.
Oh
Was
yeah.
he stuffed them? That was not. I mean, was it hard racing? Did he run him up the hill a little? Absolutely, but nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing nobody else wouldn't do. So
Junior's over by Zilich, consoling him.
yeah, they had a good moment there.
That's tough, man. That's tough, but you get to race again, man. You're so young. You'll get another chance, but
Well, he won't have another chance to be an Xfinity Series champion, most likely. He's going.
No, he's going to Cup, and that's a big step, man. When we saw Ty Gibbs move up and thought, he's going to light the world on fire, and it's not really has been. It takes time. You just don't jump into that series and going to dominate. So, but we'll see. Future's bright for him, man, no doubt.
It's super, super bright. What is he? 20 years old?
Yeah, and didn't Jesse Love? He ran a couple Cup races too.
Yes, he did.
Just a couple. So he's got a little bit of a experience on that, and yeah,
Yeah, this will.
tomorrow. Let's see what Connor's got to say here.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you can say you gave it the best shot, and you can walk away and say, "Hey, I did the best I could," and it's, there's only one winner, man. Someone's got to win, and somebody's going to lose. So I'll just make it tougher for the next time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like now you're seeing the other side of it. Like, a lot of people rooting for Ty in our area, us included, last night, and you didn't really care that someone. I don't want to say you didn't care because we both are in agreement on what we think. Corey Harmon is the most deserving champion in the Truck Series this year, but you didn't value it as much because you were rooting for someone a little bit more than the other, and now you're seeing the flip side, and now you're like, man, how do I feel about someone winning a third of the races and not being champion?
And I'm sure this week, on NASCAR shows that it's going to be mentioned. It's going to be talked about, and everybody's going to have a comment about it. But
And again, I go back to what I said earlier too regarding it. I guess is you're never going to get away from that. You could win 20, like I said, and just using the trucks for example, they race 25 weeks. You do a 3-week season. Even if you did a 5-week season to end it, you could win 20 or 22 of those races and have 1, 2, 3 bad races, and it's over. You're still not the champion, so it's never going to end that part of it, but. It's gonna be a heavy talking point, I'm sure.
yeah, it will be talked about because we can see just how bad it can go. Like look at somebody like Josh Berry when the season they got into the playoffs and Josh Berry. Oh my God, how bad can it get? Just like it just doesn't get no worse than that. And how fast the wheels can come off, and that can happen to anybody at any time.
Mm-hmm.
A few years ago, what was it? Harvick had such a points lead, right? And it all slipped away, and it just looked like nobody's going to catch him. And
He didn't even make the championship four.
He never made it, and he had the points and everything, and it went all right down the drain. So it can happen at any time. That's
Yeah. Yeah, but what an honorable job all of the championship four did. All were well deserving. It's unfortunate that Carson had the night that he had. It was an uphill climb with him losing track position there. Would have loved to see that, but Justin Allgaier is a great asset to NASCAR and the Xfinity series as they transition into the O'Reilly Auto Parts series. He was a great champion, great for the sport, still is. So we'll see what his future looks like. Zilich, going to be exciting to see him. He's a great person to have in the sport. It'll be great to see what he does in the upcoming years in the Cup Series for Trackhouse. And then Jesse Love, and we talked about him at length already, but just a great kid, raced his butt off up here, was great to everyone up here. You and I are in agreement. We both selfishly wanted to see him race around here for a couple more years, but he made his way south and did, a tremendous job as soon as he got down there. So all four well-deserving, but really cool to see Jesse Love take the Xfinity Series champion. And, just a couple of years ago, 2023, he was the ARCA Series champion as well. So got a couple of championships under his belt.
Yeah, very well. Yep, seeing him run up through the ranks. So that's a wrap for that one. How about tomorrow, man? 90 degrees, going to be hot and slick. 2:00 NBC. It's going to be the same thing, man. It's going to be strategy, and it's going to be a fast race, man. 312 laps, clicks right along. So good luck to all the four championship four there.
Yeah. Again, tomorrow looking like a great one too. We got four well-deserving champions here. Denny Hamlin on the pole. William Byron starts second. Kyle Larson is third. Cindric is fourth. Fifth is Blaney. And then we look back at the rest of the championship four here. Chase Briscoe 12th. So we'll see what happens for tomorrow. Steve Burmeister is asking, Burmie's asking who we got for tomorrow. So Mark, I know we put a post out there, but you tell Burmie and the rest of the people watching, who you got.
Yeah, what I said yesterday, I definitely to win the race, I'll take Ryan Blaney, but to win the championship, I just think Kyle Larson is probably the one. But boy, Byron sure looked good today too, man, in practice. And so take the Hendrick Chevys. That's where I'm probably leaning. I'm waiting. I'm going to see can Denny Hamlin have a flawless race with something that won't go wrong. And that's what I'll be looking for. Like, what's going to happen with Hamlin that might just slip through his fingers? That's kind of what I'm saying.
So you're switching your pick after seeing it, huh? Because you initially picked Larson, correct?
Yeah, I'll take Larson. I'll take Larson, but boy, Byron is going to give him everything, and so them two look pretty good.
So initially, I have between you and I have Blaney winning the race, and you and I are in agreement. I think Blaney does pull it off in some sort of fashion for the championship. I'm going to stick with what I put out there, Denny Hamlin, and we talked about it with Brandon Reichenberger there. I just think no one needs extra motivation. If you do, you shouldn't be doing it anymore. But with the thing with his father and all that, I just feel like sometimes when you're going through something extra kicks, and somehow it has its way of working out in ways that it may not otherwise. And I think this is the year that Denny Hamlin will be the champion. So, think about the year that he would have. Then he eclipsed 60 wins a few weeks ago at Las Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. And then he would be the champion too, all with his father, dealing with his father. So that would be one hell of a year as he's coming to the end of his career.
Yeah. So that would be a popular win, and I'm sure Denny would definitely get emotional about that. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But you're right. All of a sudden, it's just like some kind of intervention kind of sets in when something like this works out. So we'll see if that works out for Denny night tomorrow.
Yep. Burmie, final thought from him is he thinks TRD tried something in engines last week, failed. They did mention that it made it seem like they didn't try anything, but what happened is they got some parts from somewhere that they either think was faulty or just a little off. So that's what happened last week, and that the parts are not in the engines for this week here. So sounds like they should be full power, full throttle for tomorrow regarding the engine. I guess we'll wait here for just a moment. If you got some final thoughts here, who you got tomorrow, let us know what you thought about the championship tonight, what you're thinking for tomorrow. Here comes Jesse again out of the car. They're going to present him. Hits himself in the head with some, I don't know if that was, well, he can't drink yet, can he? Is he 21? Is he 20?
He might be. Give him a beer anyway. But I think
he's 20. He'll be 21 January 14th.
January, so he can sneak a beer. He'll be all right.
I'm not going to encourage that, but yeah.
Yeah, he's not from around here where you would sneak a beer.
We're just gonna watch him be presented the trophy here. That's happening. Steve says a lot of poor parts up there. He has Larson for tomorrow, so that's a good pick there.
We're going to see if these tires, like they ran these tires last time at Loudon, but this week they have the inside tires are a different compound, and they struggled during practice. So we're going to see just how well of the fall off of the tires is. I think the tires definitely could be part of the story tomorrow.
Yeah, you're right. So as you can see, we just talked about Justin Allgaier being a great champion. First one on the championship stage is Justin Allgaier. So congratulating the two teams. So that's pretty cool. Another thing I wanted to mention here now that I see him on stage is Danny Stockman. I think the world of Danny Stockman. I know he went to the Cup Series. He's been in the Truck Series and Xfinity Series now. He picks up another championship, this time in the Xfinity Series. I think the world of Danny Stockman. I love that pairing with him and Love. Obviously, it paid off tonight. I've said that before that I liked that pairing when it happened. Man, Danny Stockman is one hell of a crew chief.
Yep, for sure.
Just listening into Jesse here for another moment.
Yeah. I think it's starting to sink in now. So looks like he's got over the emotional part of it now. So now he can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, Xfinity has done so much for the series and the sport. Gotta commend them on what they've done as they are no longer the series entitlement sponsor. But so we appreciate them for doing what they've done. Looking forward to seeing what O'Reilly can do to continue on that tradition. But another thing I want to mention is what a phenomenal job the CW has done with the Xfinity series this year. And I am looking forward to them building on what they've done, because to me it's been the best broadcast in my opinion. And I love the Fox Sports Cup Series, but CW has done it. I love the bumper that they call it, where it's on the bottom of the screen, the lineup there. I love that. So looking forward to another year with the CW. And I think Connor Zilich. Oh no, that's Ty Dillon there. I thought it was Connor that came up here. Oh, Jail Jr. is on there. Congratulate him too. You know, you can see it's a popular win with a good group of guys and girls there at RCR.
Yep.
He'll have a beer though. Richard will have a beer.
I'm sure. Yeah.
He's got one right now.
Rack up another championship. Yeah, he'll quite popular.
This is pretty cool. Again, I consider Jesse honorary Wisconsinite and Midwest person with the years he spent up here. So this is pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I'm sitting over there right there, and I got his autograph card right over there. I looked at that. Boy, right away, he had much more hair when he was around here. Then he kind of cleaned up a little bit, and at first we're like, I don't even recognize him, because we were so used to him having um, healthy hair. But yeah, he looks normal. He's all right.
I'm gonna try to look up here while we're finishing, and they haven't really given the trophy away yet. Kind of sticking around to see that, but I want to see how many championships Danny Stockman has, because I gotta think he has some championships at the Truck Series level with the Dillons, right? He did guide Austin Dillon to the Truck Series championship, and he also did Xfinity Series championships in 2011 and 2013. So yeah, I mean,
Been, been
it's
around.
he's had a heck of a career there. I don't think I was saying anything special with how much I think of him, but yeah, he's my kid. Danny Stockman says of Jesse Love, like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where Jesse goes for the future.
Um. Yeah. I don't know if he's going to stay where he's at or if they're going to move him up. That's part of this silly season, but this will sure help. this
Yeah,
this will help the career just a little bit, huh?
we talked about. The big story for me was the truck and Xfinity was the track transition from daytime to nighttime. And I think you saw that. It went to nighttime, and Love started to come alive in that end of the second stage. He got up to fifth, and then he beat Allgaier out of the pits on that pit stop. And to me, that transition from day to nighttime with the 2 hit on there was what won this race, and especially the job that they did on pit road. I mean, that
Yeah.
obviously propelled them.
And I like races that start in the day and go and change into the night like that. It
Yeah.
always does seem to put out the best racing when everything just changes it. So, yep, that's my favorite.
I don't think they've given the trophy away, right?
I
Did they talk to the people from Xfinity to give it away to him just yet?
I have not seen it.
I
I'm
didn't
bouncing
either,
back
and
and
they're already doing pictures with the trophy. So,
I'm bouncing back and forth. I'm kind of keeping one eye on the World Series right now too.
oh, jeez.
Hey, I played lots of ball in my day, so I know a lot of people don't like the Canadians up there, but
Over
hey,
racing?
well, racing's over, man. I got to see the racing, so I'm
I'm just
good.
giving you a hard time.
Yeah,
Carson Quapple here to end it. Bright future for him too.
and definitely consider him Wisconsin too.
Yeah, he's technically not, because Travis
Yeah,
had moved down to North Carolina, but again, definitely honorary Wisconsinite and Midwest boy. So
he won the red race up here, and was it the white? Did he take the white race too? And then, or
may
he
have.
may have. He had a chance at a red, white, and blue championship,
It was
but
close. Yeah.
yeah, he could rip around Kakana. He did well. So yeah, he's a tip off the old block. Dad could get around, and yeah, he's seen him run down at Madison and stuff like that. So, and
Yeah.
it's good to see he's getting a full time ride. A couple of weeks ago, it was just like he's going to share a ride. Just like
Yeah.
what?
You and I
Like
both said the same
what's
thing.
going on there? But now all of a sudden they just came up with the announcement a couple of days ago that at least he's going to be full time. So well
Yeah.
deserved, and we'll see where his career keeps going. Yeah, that's a rookie. Hey, he's getting he got some experience being in the playoffs like this, so it's only going to make it better, down the line. Of I always remember him. Every time that we see him, he was always working on the car. When he's sitting on the floor, sitting on the ground, putting rivets in it. And just kind of look over his shoulder. Hey, dude, and he talked to you while he was still working, and everything like that. So I remember that. So hardworking team. Dad's a class act.
Yeah, I had mentioned that earlier when we were talking about him, how, one of the hardest working families that I've seen. And I'm just repeating myself, but you would walk by them and they were always working, always working. Um, him, Caden, Travis, all of them were just working on their car at all times, it seemed, which was cool to see. Well, man, think we should end this thing here. Appreciate everyone joining on, commenting, talking some racing with us. We will not be live tomorrow, but we did it over the Daytona 500 this past year, the weekend and stuff. So we'll probably do that again. So look out for that. We'll do one more podcast for sure Wednesday this next week to talk about all the stuff. Maybe take a week off. Then we got to talk about. We'll have to talk about Nashville, which is next weekend. We got to talk about Snowball Derby, which will be coming up. We got Thanksgiving in there, so we'll take a week or two off, and we'll talk about all that stuff. But appreciate everyone here. Thanks to Ben and Carrie with Valley Gasket, Tim with the Corp Racing, for all that you do for us in the community. Again, we can't say that enough. Thank you to all of you for coming on. Brandon Reichenberger, two-time Midwest Truck Series champion, joined us here. That was cool to talk some NASCAR racing, to talk about his season a little bit more and all of that. But it's been a good season. Congratulations to Corey Heim last night. Congratulations to Ty Majeski, friend of the program, friend of ours that had a good run at it as well. And as of course, congratulations to Jesse Love for tonight and the rest of the championship. For the sport is in good hands with these drivers and teams here. So really cool to see this weekend. It's kind of bittersweet, but really cool to see what happens during this weekend. But anyway, appreciate everyone. Mark, thanks, buddy. I know we'll be talking tomorrow, and then we'll talk again on Wednesday and most days leading up to it. So appreciate the hell out of you, man. It's been a good year. This was cool to do again. Thanks for joining me on here. And hey, we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you later, man.
See ya.
This has been a production of Lore Sports. Hope you all enjoyed it, and thank you for listening.